Hey y'all. This is the natural daylight. It is raining in Tukwila, and I wanted to go in and finish Ezekiel chapter 27. We stopped at verse 13. Got my little post-it note there. Okay, so let's go to start with verse 14, and let's try to finish up chapter 27. Okay, so hold on one second. There we go. Okay, let us do it. Let's go to the Lord in prayer, shall we? I feel like doing this here. Bear with me. If anybody asks you who I am, who I am, who I am. If anybody asks you who I am, just tell them I'm a child of God. Oh, because my Father is rich with houses and lands, and He holds it all in the palm of His hand. Rubies and diamonds, silver and gold, tell them I'm a child of God. Oh, if anybody asks you who I am, who I am, who I am. If anybody asks you who I am, just tell them I'm a child of God. Oh, tell them I'm a child of God. Oh, just tell them I'm a child of God. Now, I got that arrangement and song from this older black man at Jimmy Dixon's church in the north side of Houston, Texas. That's James Dixon. You can find him on Facebook. He has a Facebook page. And at the time, I was engaged to Gary Pickens and Gary Pickens Sr., Gary Pickens Jr. He's grown and married now with a child of his own, but at the time he was just a little boy. And I was living in Cypress, Fairbanks with Jonathan and Joseph, and that's who I was dating. And I was going to actually marry him, but the problem is that I was a very modest person, and his friends had a problem with that. His friends had a problem with that. Also, little Gary's mom didn't like me because she was very dark-skinned, and I was lighter skinned. The other thing is, she was very much a basketball guru, and of course I'm not, and I wasn't then either. And so, yeah. But we used to go to church together at James Dixon's church. He was a deacon. His best friend also used to go to that church. And, they pretty much figured out that I wasn't down with the get down. I wasn't down with the get down, honey. And I came into that relationship as a fully formed person, and I really wasn't petty. I didn't have any problem with little Gary at all. I didn't have a problem with his mom. Once at little Gary's birthday party, it was like an issue between us, but I took that opportunity to, have a conversation with her. And, I think that everything worked out the way that it was supposed to work out. Gary did not receive the thumbs up from Uncle Harvey. So I took him to meet my mom, and I took him to meet my Uncle Harvey. And Uncle Harvey was very anti Gary Pickens Sr. Mm, that was a no for him. And that's because Gary knew basketball, but that's all he knew. And unfortunately, I don't think Gary's dad taught him anything, and uncles and stuff like that. And Uncle Harvey, as well as my dad, were very much into engines and cars, and they were very masculine men and straight heterosexual guys. And they didn't believe that if you were into basketball, that you should know how to change oil. It's just one of these basic things that every man ought to know. And Gary did not know that. Anyway, I left him alone with Uncle Harvey, and Uncle Harvey was like, hell to the no. He just wasn't going to fit into the family because he just did not have those skills. Now, could Uncle Harvey have been less judgmental? Yeah. But in my family, that's not going to happen. Very, very judgmental. And when it comes to me, it's extreme right or extreme left. So you had my mom, who felt like I was going to grow up and have some guy that was going to beat me up. And then you had like Uncle Harvey, who felt like I should have royalty. A real man who can really be security for me as well as protect me. And then my cousin, he was just like, you ain't gonna find no man at all that can deal with you, because the amount of attention that you get is just too much. It's just too much for a wife. There's no husband that can deal with that. I disagree. It probably would be not a black man. I'm going to say it like that. Not a black man. Ooh. Okay. And because the black man just doesn't have enough power and confidence to withstand the type of attention that I receive. Okay. So that's what my cousin was meaning. And he was saying pretty much that I definitely would have to marry outside of the race. And, he was right. Very smart man. Very smart man. Wherever you are, cousin deal. Hi to you. You was right. Okay. Of course, Uncle Harvey has passed on. My dad has passed on. And Gary Pickens did eventually marry a woman. And I don't know the situation with that. And I don't, follow him or anything like that. Little Gary did get married, and he's grown and has a child of his own, went into law enforcement, but of course he had to leave because, it's just hard. Unless you're willing to get down, baby. They want you to lay down, and little Gary was like, hell to the no. So I'm very proud of him of that. So anyway, yeah, let's get into the scripture reading. Let's do it. Okay. Okay. Starting with verse 14, Ezekiel 27. Men of Beth Togarmah exchanged chariot horses, cavalry horses, and mules for your merchandise. The men of Rhodes traded with you, and many coastlands were your customers. They paid you with ivory tusks and ebony. Aram did business with you because of your many products. They exchanged turquoise, purple fabric, embroidered work, fine linen, coral, and rubies for your merchandise. Do you understand how luxurious this is? These people were very, very well taken care of. These were not people that are like, ooh, fire, I'm all impressed. These people are just living the life. Okay, they are living the life. Judah and Israel traded with you. They exchanged wheat from Minnith, M-I-N-N-I-T-H, and confections, honey, olive oil, and balm for your wares. Damascus did business with you because of your many products and great wealth of goods. They are living large, honey. They offered wine from Helbon, Helbon, wool from Zahar, and casks of wine from Izal, Izal in exchange for your wares, wrought iron, cassia, and calamus. Dedan traded in saddle blankets with you. Arabia and all the princes of Kedar were your customers. They did business with you in lambs, rams, and goats. The merchants of Sheba and Ramah traded with you. For your merchandise they exchanged the finest of all kinds of spices and precious stones and gold. Haran, Kenna, and Eden and merchants of Sheba, Asher, and Kilmad traded with you. In your marketplace they traded with you beautiful garments, blue fabric, embroidered work, and multicolored rugs with cords twisted and tightly knotted. The ships of Tarshish serve as carriers for your wares. You are filled with heavy cargo as you sail the sea. Your oarsmen take you out to the high seas, but the east wind will break you to pieces far out at sea. Your wealth, merchandise, and wares, your mariners, sailors, and shipwrights, your merchants, and all your soldiers, and everyone else on board will sink into the heart of the sea. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh, I thought I needed to sneeze. On the day of your shipwreck, the shorelands will quake when your sailors cry out. All who handle the oars will abandon their ships. The mariners and all the sailors will stand on the shore. They will raise their voice and cry bitterly over you. They will sprinkle dust on their heads and roll in ashes. Lord, have mercy. They will shave their heads because of you and will put on sackcloth, and they will weep over you with anguish of soul and with bitter mourning, and they wail and mourn over you. They will take up a lament concerning you. Who was ever silenced by Tyre, surrounded by the sea? When your merchandise went out on the seas, you satisfied many nations. With your great wealth and your wares, you enriched the kings of the earth. Now you are shattered by the sea. In the depths of the waters, your wares and all your company have gone down with you. All who live in the coastlands are appalled at you. Their kings shudder with horror, and their faces are distorted with fear. The merchants among the nations scoff at you. You have come to a horrible end and will be no more. And you know, I wonder if this is the story of Atlantis. Is Atlantis Tyre? That's what I feel. I feel like Atlantis and Tyre is the same. What do you think? Let's see. I'm going to Google it right quick, because it just comes to my mind. Is Atlantis Tyre? You know, my dad was very curious about Atlantis. I mean, just obsessed. You know, if you've been watching my uploads for a while, you know I mentioned that before. He was obsessed about Atlantis. I think he was ever since he was like a kid. Oh, it's nothing new. Listen, it says, let me just open it up. Regarding Tyre. Okay. Joining the dots. I have now published my new book, Joining the Dots, which offers a fresh look at the Atlantis mystery. I've addressed the critical questions of when, where, and who, using Plato's own words, tempered with some critical thinking and a modicum of common sense. Now, This book was released, Connecting the Dots, in 2018. This is in Ezekiel chapter 27, talking about Tyre. And just in reading that, what I'm hearing, let me go back. This is coming back to Atlantis, even though I don't know how these other people came to their conclusion, but just knowing what I know about Atlantis because of my dad, because he talked about it all the time, and reading about what happened to Tyre, and that all of this, the sailors and everybody like that, were sunken into the sea. That's what makes me think about it. That's what makes me think about it. The merchants among the nations scoff at you. You have come to a horrible end and will be no more. That sounds like Atlantis. So what do y'all think? I think so. Oh, wow. I'm just curious about something. Hold on. Yeah, this weather just really makes me just... So you have to forgive me if I don't have a whole lot of Okay. Let's see. These are Black Cat poems. Oh, Lord have mercy. I can see why people hate poetry. I really can, because it can be so tiring. Trying to figure out what the poet is talking about. Jesus Christ. I know that it's not meant for me. So I'm just going to keep it at Ezekiel. I was curious, but I'm just going to leave that alone. So the next one is chapter 28, a prophecy against the king of Tyre. And so we will do that next, okay? Tell me what your thoughts are about Atlantis. Let me see. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I swear to God, it's just, I'm looking for my Book of Bizarre Truth. But never mind. I'll look at it on my own time, and if I find something on Atlantis, I'll bring it back. I'll do an upload on that. All right, for my daddy. Okay, I will talk to y'all later. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and thank you for watching. Please like this video, subscribe to this channel, and comment below. What do you think about Atlantis? Okay, thank you. Bye.